something real quick, man. I talked about this on the show earlier today, and we played a couple audio clips from the McAfee show, and they were talking with Jordan Love, and it was so cool hearing Jordan just kind of shine the light back on Chris and shine the light back on Matt LaFleur. Never takes credit himself. Pat had to say it a couple of times, like, yeah, and you're playing a hell of a good quarterback position right now too. But man, when I logged into PFF, I knew the grades were going to go up significantly based off of the individual grades with the Packers and the Bears outcome. But I did not expect this, man. Let's start with Jordan Love. Number one in the league is Matt Stafford at a 93.6. Number two, Jordan Love with an 89.9. Tim, his passing grade, man, is a 90.5 now. Just an unbelievable season. He's now passed Dak Prescott up in overall PFF grade and passing grade, as well as Drake May, the reigning MVP, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, who played MVP caliber football for a good chunk of last season, as well as started off hot this year. Justin Herbert, one of the young up-and-coming talents as well. Jalen Hurts, your reigning Super Bowl champion, right? I think he might have – did he win? I think he might have won Super Bowl MVP. Somebody fact-check me on that in the chat there if you don't mind. Mac Jones played pretty good football, being kind of a backup this year and filling in, obviously, while Brock Purdy was out. Patrick Mahomes, 76.1. Trevor Lawrence has played pretty good football this year. Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff, Tyler Shuck. Don't look now, boys, but we hit that one in the draft. It was 73.7 for Tyler Shuck when nobody was talking about him. And again, that's why you listen to people like Greg Cosell and not First Take. You know what I mean? So, but again, it's so cool. And we got to mention Caleb Williams in the number 16 spot down there with the 72.1, although the passing grade, 66.7, significantly lower than Jordan Love. Obviously, his run grade of 82.1 kind of lifts him a little higher than maybe he should be there. But what do you think about this, Tim? Jordan Love coming in number 2 spot, man. We're officially in okay. Jordan Love, I think we can expect it on a yearly basis. It's going to be ups and downs, don't get me wrong. But overall, you're going to have a guy who's going to play top 5, top 3 quarterback play, man.
Yeah, absolutely, especially down the stretch, right? We heard, that on McAfee earlier today. I mean, it's the December to Remember Toyota-thon. You got to be able to play in cold weather in Green Bay. You have to be able to close out a season. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish. I think this team had a really good start, and I think they're going to have a really good finish. And seeing J Money up there right underneath future Hall of Famer Matt Stafford makes me feel real good right now. And he's just playing at a high level. And you wouldn't know it if you talk to Jordan, right? Because he just continues to deflect that praise and put it on his teammates. But J Money, the dime thrower, is firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. As Chuck Jagger says here, football starts in December, man. That's right. They say that you don't really know what these teams are until November, right? Once you get into November ball, that's when you kind of understand, okay, now we kind of got an idea. Because, again, all through September has really turned into training camp, preseason, I should say. It's really kind of the preseason. Everybody's kind of getting their feet under them because the lack of being able to practice and get physical in training camp like the old days. And then you got the preseason itself. The players don't even play typically, right? The starters don't.
Yep.
September's kind of turned into preseason. And then October is like the new September where, okay, the teams are trying to get their footing. And then November, you kind of get an idea of what these teams are and what they're going to do. So, yeah, it's really cool to kind of see Jordan, though, just continue to step up. And I agree there, Chuck, with the December comment. Deadfish says, how does Love get a 44.7 run grade? It's a great question, Deadfish. I don't know. I'm trying to think, did he fumble this year or not? Again, without PFF letting us know 100% what goes into those grades, there's really no way of knowing, right? Caldwell Corner says, Rodgers in 2021, when he won the MVP, he had a 89.4 season grade via PFF. Jordan is better this season than that. That is unreal. Thank you for looking that up, Carson. That is unbelievable. 89.4 was Aaron Rodgers' PFF grade in 2021 when he won the MVP. Jordan Love's is currently 89.9. That is just wild to think about. So, and again, man, you can't say that, right, and talk about Jordan Love without talking about, okay, who are some of his targets? Like, there's got to be players that are rising to the occasion. And normally, Tim, we would say, all right, that's Tucker Kraft, right? Tucker Kraft's one of those dudes that obviously became Jordan's go-to guy. The fact that Jordan has hit a whole nother level on his play, obviously he's healthy now, which tells us the back half of 2023 was the real Jordan Love. And we were a little like, okay, let's pump the brakes a touch. But with Tucker Kraft out, now all of a sudden Christian Watson comes back. Christian Watson He's looking like Randy Moss out there all of a sudden, man. And his PFF grade is through the roof as well. As you can see, he's the number 5 graded wide receiver at 87.0. His receiving grade at 89.0. His run block grade is 60.2. But, Tim, the only receivers that are graded higher than him are Puka Nacua, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Drake London, Amon-Ra St. Brown, then it's Christian. Then you got George Pickens behind him, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Adams, Nico Collins, Demario Douglas, Stephon Diggs, Alec Pierce, DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin, A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, C.D. Lamb, Josh Downs, Ted McMillan, Rashee Rice, T. Higgins. Remember when everybody wanted T. Higgins in the offseason?
Yeah.
Right? Christian Watson's boat racing him right now in PFF grade. And then Justin Jefferson in the 24 spot with a 76. And like I said earlier on the show, Tim, most people look at that grade and they go, oh, yeah, well, he's having to play with J.J. McCarthy. That's true, but PFF is supposed to remove that stuff, right? It's supposed to show you how this individual player is performing, not, okay, the quarterback's playing a role in that grade. Is it perfect? Probably not. But the fact that Christian Watson is 5th and Justin Jefferson's 24th, man, the times are a-changing. It's absolutely awesome to see.
Yeah, it's so true. You can account for quarterback play for a lot of that, right? But at the end of the day, you'd think they would adjust. But we're not going to let that overshadow what Scoot's doing right now. Top 5. I mean, look at the company he's in. I mean, this is the elite of the elite in the NFL right now. You know, I mean, even that top 5, you know, Puka, you got JSN, Drake London, Amon-Ra, and then Scoot. You know, George Pickens, I've got my own theories on, but, you know, Jamar Chase and everybody else on the list. This is where you want your guy, right? And I see why a lot of fans are saying, hey, let's just call it what it is. Scoot is the number 1 in Green Bay. The way he's responded coming back from this injury is just nothing short of greatness. And I don't even think we've scratched the surface yet. You know, we've got a lot of football left, and sky's the limit for Christian Watson and Jay Love to hook up.
Yeah, and I think what you're going to see happen too, like with Jaden Reed returning, and Jaden Reed, Tim, he looked like he didn't miss a beat. There wasn't one time that I felt like, oh, he looks rusty. He looks like he's going to pick up right where he left off as well. So we need to tip our cap to the training staff and how they've handled these ACLs and these collarbones and these, Jones fractures and everything in between. It gives me all the more confidence in the world that Tucker Kraft's going to come back strong as ever next year too, man. It really does. And You think of Jaden Reed, and now you got Christian Watson. I guarantee you the Denver Broncos are going to know where number 9 is this week. Now, the Broncos, I can't wait to dive into this game because they have arguably the best defense in the league. They are an unbelievable football team. This is going to be this is Super Bowl caliber test for the Packers to go into Denver and try to get this win. Mandy was trying to get me to buy the airfare yesterday. We could fly out on Thursday. We can get there. We can go to the game, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I just want to stay right here in the studio and break the tape down. That's all I want to do. But that's going to be a great test. But I guarantee you, Tim, they know where's 9 at. And when that starts happening, guess what? Guess what opens up? Jaden Reed underneath, right? The running game will probably open up a little bit as well. But they do get after the quarterback a lot. But I do love the fact that Christian Watson raising his game is now going to raise Jaden Reed's game because they're going to start to bracket Christian a little bit more. And then if they start clamping back down on Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden's going to be healthy. Why not stretch the field out of the next position there? And then you got Romeo working in the phone booth. So it's going to be awesome, man.
And don't forget about our boy Tay Wicks, Mr. Moneymaker on Turkey Day. So, there's definitely a lot of weapons there at the disposal. But I think you're right, Clay. I'm a big fan of this Denver game being on the schedule late in the year. The way they've been playing. This is a good test, good playoff primer, and see how we really look against, a top tier defense, especially that secondary. So I can't wait to see, man. Jordan spreads that ball around, and Christian Watson, if he's going to draw extra attention, that's going to help our offense. We didn't see it in the Chicago game because they, went single high with a, man coverage in the slot, and, we cooked them all night long with Scoot. I don't think Denver's going to be that foolish coming up on Sunday, so it'll be a lot to look for.
Yeah, that's a great point. Coach Lynn in the chat said that'll open up things for Wicks and Golden also, kind of what we were just talking about. He went on to say, along with Musgrave and Wiley. Musgrave, boys, don't look now. He looks like he's turning the corner, and I love the fact that they're not asking him to go inside and block too much. It's like, hey, let's just use him as a big receiver, man. Play to his strengths. I think that's absolutely awesome because what you end up doing is you put Musgrave out there, right? And you allow him to run some deep climbs and some corner routes. And then you got Y70, right? You got our boy Darian Kennard in there. They used him a lot in situations there on Sunday against the Bears, where he was the Y and he just stayed in and pass blocked. That was it. Like, it was like they wanted a sixth pass blocker to kind of help open things up in the passing game. And boy, it seemed to work. It was really, really interesting how everything unfolded for sure. So yeah, I'm with you though, man. And Wiley, I can't say enough about Wiley, man. Wiley has just been such a pleasant surprise. I think it's also taken pressure off of Musgrave and pressure off the coaching staff, Tim, so they don't have to rely on Musgrave to do things that he's not necessarily good at,
100% agree. And we're getting quality snaps out of Fitzpatrick as well. Don't sleep on him. I think the tight end room is in a good place right now, considering the loss of Tuck Norris for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be fun, man, to see how it all unfolds. But we want to hear from you guys. If you're watching this video back later, let us know in the comments. How do you feel about Jordan Love and Christian Watson? The question I've got for everybody, and you guys can throw it up in the live chat too. We'll go back and read it later, or just throw it up in the comments section if you're watching this video back, like I said, at a later date and time. We want to know, where would you rank the Jordan Love, Christian Watson connection right now? You talk about Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua, who's just lighting the world on fire, right? You think of other wide receiver and quarterback combos, like maybe Bryce Young and Ted McMillan. Not that they're at that level. That's just one that comes to mind, right? Hell, maybe somebody thinks that Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze should be up there, right? I doubt it, but let's say that's the case. Where would you put Jordan Love and Christian Watson in terms of quarterback, wide receiver connection? Because I'm telling you, man, to me, it feels like they got to be right up there in the top 5, but definitely top 10. Maybe not on the same level as a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, somebody like that. But,
dude, in the words of Emilio, the greatest to ever play the game.
Yeah,
Stop it. Let's go.
2-0 for this, says Phillip Rivers and Alec Pierce. Boy, I almost did a stream earlier today just to break the Phillip Rivers news, just to talk about it, because it's wild. I hope he's on the field, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's either going to be absolutely horrible, or we're going to be going, I'll be damned, the old man still got it. It's going to be awesome. So, but anyway, you guys let us know in the comments what you think. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you're notified anytime we do go live here in the future. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us.